Good morning, students. Today we are going to do chapter number 6. The name of the chapter is Birbal and the Washerman. So, in this chapter, we will learn about the importance of being intelligent. As by the help of the quality called intelligence, we can solve all the problems easily, and an intelligent person is an intelligent person solves all the problems very carefully and is very helpful to all other people or all the society. So we'll start with the chapter. We can see in this chapter there are various characters and various scenes given. Just like a role play, there are various scenes. This chapter will represent basically a role play where there are many characters, there are multiple characters, and there are number of scenes. And in every scene, we will see the different activities that are going on. So the various characters that are given in this chapter are Akbar, town crier, Kusum. Firstly, we will see Akbar. Okay, Akbar is the king. Then Denu, who is a washerman. Then Birbal, who sits with Akbar in his court. Then there is a town crier. A town crier is a person who makes the announcements. After that, courtiers and village folk. Courtiers are the attendants of the royal court, the people who sit in the royal court. Then there is a messenger. Messenger means as in the previous days, there were no mobile phones or there were no means of sending messages to people. So a messenger is a person who gives the message of one person to another person. Like particularly a king when needs to give some message to some people, he sent his messenger to the people to give the message. Then, as we have read, Denu was the washerman. So Kusum, she was washerman's wife. And then their children, Denu and Kusum's children, and the narrator who narrates the whole story. So we'll see in the first scene is of a winter morning when Akbar and Birbal are moving here and there impatiently on the terrace of the palace of the King Akbar. Okay, and the terrace offers a good view of the river. ये जो first scene है that is of a winter morning जब अकबर और बीरबल दोनों ही राजमहल की छत पे इधर उधर घूम रहे हैं बड़े ही परेशान हो गए और टेरेस से छत से क्या दिख रहा है रिवर का बहुत ही सुंदर व्यू नजर आता है Akbar says to Birbal, I have heard that water of the river is very cold. He is talking about the river that is being shown from the terrace. He is saying that the river water is very cold. Is it true that he has heard this from some people that the water of the river is very cold? Is it true? Birbal said, yes, your majesty. Your majesty here refers to the king. He is giving respect to the king that your majesty. I have also been told the same by some people. Akbar is now saying, what do you think? If someone stands in the river for the whole night, do you think he will die? मतलब तुम क्या सोचते हो? अकबर बीरबल से पूछ रहा है कि तुम क्या सोचते हो कि अगर कोई पर्सन पूरी रात इस रिवर के कोल्ड वाटर में खड़ा रहे तो क्या वो मर जाएगा? बीरबल इज सेइंग फॉर श्योर नो मैन विल बी एबल टू सर्वाइव द कोल्ड वाटर फॉर एन एंटायर नाइट. कोई भी पर्सन है जो पूरी रात के लिए इतने ठंडे पानी को कोल्ड वाटर को विंटर्स में पर्टिकुलरली नहीं सह सकता, सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकता, वो ऑब्वियसली मर जाएगा. Then Akbar says, I have an idea. Akbar thinks for some time, वो कुछ सोचता है और बोलता है I have an idea, and he tells the idea in Birbal's ear. And Birbal was surprised at this, and he was surprised but he was not so happy with the idea. So this was the first scene when Akbar and Birbal were talking to each other regarding the cold water of the river. So in the second scene, what happens? We can see at the same day, on the same day, like when the scene 1 was there, on the same day, in the afternoon, द सीन इज ऑफ अ मार्केट प्लेस और मतलब टाउन की एक मार्केट का सीन है, दोपहर का टाइम है. टाउन क्रायर बीट्स इज ड्रम लाउडली. अब वहाँ पे जो अनाउंसमेंट करने वाला पर्सन है वो दोपहर में मार्केट में जाके अपना ड्रम बीट कर रहा है और लोग हैं जो उसके आसपास इकट्ठे हो गए हैं बात सुनने के लिए. अपने कामों को छोड़ के वो बात सुनने के लिए आ गए हैं बिकॉज दे नो दैट द टाउन क्रायर हैज बीन सेंट बाय द किंग हिमसेल्फ टू गिव देम अ मैसेज. अब टाउन क्रायर है, वो जोर जोर से बोल रहा है, सबको सुना रहा है कि देयर इज एन ऑर्डर फ्रॉम आवर एम्परर, देयर इज एन ऑर्डर फ्रॉम आवर किंग, द नेम ऑफ द किंग इज शहनशाह अकबर, एंड अकबर हैज गिवन द ऑर्डर that any person who will stand in the cold water of the river that is in front of king's palace, he will be rewarded more than enough, he will be rewarded with plenty of amount or plenty of money. Then narrator is telling the town crier moves away and he is making the same announcement on the other part or other corner of the town. अब narrator बता रहा है कि जो town crier है वो चला गया है, कहीं और जाके announcement कर रहा है सेम चीज की. तो वहां पे जो लोग थे, the all the people of the town, they gather in small groups and they start discussing what the king has given, the announcement, about the announcement. Then nobody, by looking at them, we can clearly see that nobody is ready to accept the challenge because it is winter and nobody is able to stand in the cold water for the whole night. But there was a washerman, poor washerman whose name was Denu, and when he listened to the announcement, he said something to his wife कुसुम. उसने कुसुम अपनी वाइफ के कान में कुछ बोला. देनु ने क्या बोला कि कुसुम, दिस इज अ वेरी गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड आई शुड ट्राई माई लक. आई एम थिंकिंग दैट आई शुड ट्राई माई लक because if I succeed in standing in the cold water or of the river, I will get a reward, and if I will get a reward, we will be able to live happy life and live well. मतलब वो गरीब है तो वो सोच रहे हैं कि हमारे पास अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है और हमें ये ट्राई करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर मैं जीत गया तो मुझे बहुत सारे पैसे मिलेंगे और हम अच्छे से रह सकेंगे. And his wife is saying, are you mad? Insane here means mad. His wife is saying, are you mad? Don't think of this. Don't think of taking a risk because it is very cold. Denu says, don't worry, nothing will happen to me because Denu was a washerman and he was having a habit of washing the clothes in the cold water every day. So he said that nothing will happen to me, so you don't worry. In the next scene, this is the scene of the night, same day when the announcement was made, same day when Akbar told the thing to Birbal, and it was the night of that day. In the night, the washerman, he walked into the river and he stands in the middle of the river. People were asking him not to risk his life as it is very cold. He may get illness or he may even die with the cold water. Some people are talking like first man, he is saying that I feel sorry for the poor washerman, कि मुझे इस गरीब washerman पे दया आ रही है कि वो अपने आप को मार के क्या कर लेगा, क्यों अपने आप को मारना चाहता है. सेकेंड मैन सेज कि मुझे लग रहा है कि ये पागल हो गया है, इतना फूलिश है, ये मनी के लिए ये काम कर रहा है, इतना मूर्ख है ये, बट हम यही होप कर सकते हैं कि वो आराम से सेफली रिटर्न हो जाए, रिवर से वापस आ जाए. The narrator is telling that the whole night Denu, he stood in the river for the whole night, and in the next morning, what the narrator says, that in the next morning Denu was shivering very badly because of the cold water and he stood in the cold water throughout the night. So now after the night, in the morning, he wants the reward from the emperor, and all the people of the town are happy as Denu has managed to survive in the cold water for the whole night. Now Kusum, she is very happy and she is relieved that Denu has done it very well, and she is saying that thank God you are fine because I was so worried and I was praying for your safety for the whole night, and at last God has heard our prayers and now we will get reward and we will live happily. In the next scene is of the next day morning in the king's court, in Akbar's court, when the king is sitting on his chair and Birbal is standing beside him, and all the courtiers and the guards are standing there in the court or in the darbar. Then Denu, the washerman, and his all family members enter the darbar and they bow before Akbar. Bow before Akbar means they put their heads down before Akbar as he is the king of them. Now, Denu is giving salutations to the king, Denu is giving respect to the king, and Akbar is saying, welcome, you are very brave and you deserve the reward. Now, narrator is telling, when Akbar said that you deserve the reward, then narrator is saying that a person brings, or the maid brings a silver tray that is full of gold coins, and Akbar is about to give it to Denu. Suddenly some person stood up, a courtier, a person who is sitting in the court, he stood up and he said, don't give the reward to the washerman because he don't deserve it, and as he did not stand in the river without help. जब किंग है जो वो रिवॉर्ड देने लगता है तो एक पर्सन उठ के बोलता है कि ये रिवॉर्ड उसको मत दो क्योंकि ये डिजर्व नहीं करता, क्योंकि इसने ये रिवर में ऐसे नहीं खड़ा हो सकता, इसने किसी की हेल्प ली है। तो नरेटर बता रहा है कि उस टाइम पे सभी जो कॉर्टियर्स हैं वो सरप्राइज्ड हैं और वो सब चाहते हैं कि वो कॉर्टियर उस चीज की एक्सप्लेनेशन दे। Then the courtier tells the king that your palace lights kept the washerman warm for the whole night। मतलब पैलेस में जो लाइट्स जग रही थी, लाइट्स जली हुई थी, तो वो उसकी वजह से सारी रात उसको हीट मिलती रही है। एंड अकबर थॉट ऑफ दैट एंड सेड you have a point and I will not give reward to the person। Narrator says that Denu became sad and he left from the court, so Birbal was unhappy and he was thinking of something। In the next scene, which was of the next day, in the same place, Akbar's court, where everyone is sitting but Birbal was not present। Akbar is asking about the whereabouts of Birbal, that where is Birbal and why he is not there in the court, because he is usually punctual. So on that day he was not present in the court। Then there a messenger comes. Messenger is a person who brings a message for the king, and he tells the king that Birbal is sitting in his house and he has said that he will be late for that day। Akbar asks why। Messenger tells that he is cooking food and he says it will take long time। At the statement, Akbar becomes angry and he says, I will go there and I will find out what Birbal is cooking। The narrator tells that Akbar walks towards Birbal's house and there were some courtiers and guards with him also। In the next scene, which is of Birbal's house, where Birbal is sitting near the fire, and high above the fire there is a pole. On the pole there is a pot of food, that food is being cooked and the pot is hang high above the fire। Akbar is asking Birbal that what are you doing? Why have you hanged such that pot सच अबव सच फार फ्रॉम द फायर। मतलब तुमने ये पोट है जो इतनी दूर क्यों इसको हैंग करा है? तुम्हें क्या लगता है कि इतनी दूर हैंग करने से फायर मतलब कुक हो सकेगी, जो फूड है वो कुक हो सकेगी? तो बीरबल उसको बोलता है, बीरबल ही हैज अ स्माइल ऑन हिज फेस एंड ही सेज अगर इतनी दूर से फायर है जो वो फूड को कुक नहीं कर सकती, तो हाउ कैन द लाइट्स ऑफ योर पैलेस कीप देनु हीटेड इन द कोल्ड वाटर। मतलब अगर इतनी दूर से फूड कुक नहीं हो सकती तो तुम्हारे जो पैलेस की लाइट्स हैं वो देनु को कैसे हीट दे सकती हैं? Then narrator tells us that then Akbar realized his mistake, that कि उसका जो डिसीजन था रिवॉर्ड ना देने का वो गलत था देनु को, और वो नेक्स्ट डे देनु को अपने कोर्ट में बुलाता है। On the next day, in the next scene number 7, the narrator tells that Denu comes along with his family to the court and Akbar gives him the tray full of coins। He gives it to Birbal and Birbal gives it to Denu, and now Denu and his family are very happy and all the people, they are cheering, they are shouting and they are praising Birbal and they are clapping। So this was all about the story। Where we have learned that by using intelligence and a little bit of creativity, we can solve a big problem and we can help people and we can help ourselves in winning an argument। So this was all about the story। Now in the next video, we will learn about the exercises given in the story in the chapter and we will learn about how to attempt them। Thank you।